What if being smart isn't what we think it is? What if the rush to label, to judge, and neatly categorize everything is actually holding us back? Of course, we admire people who can instantly size things up, but F. Scott Fitzgerald offered a different definition of intelligence. He said the test of a first rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposing ideas in the mind at the same time and still function. I'm Hector, and after years of leading teams across the public and private sectors, I've seen something powerful. Success isn't found in the people who just think quickly, but the people who think deeply. And one of the biggest barriers to that deeper thinking is the belief that everything and everyone must be one thing or another. But the older we get, we realize that life isn't just up and down, people aren't yes, no, reality isn't on, off. From childhood, our brains learn to put things in boxes so we can make sense of the world. And that made sense when survival depended on quick judgments and snap decisions. But as adults, in this modern, complex world, that old instinct, those rigid patterns, they can limit us. They shrink our perspective, they close our minds, they keep us from seeing the truth right in front of our faces. Because truth is actually full of nuance. Truth is layered. Truth is both and. Realizing this is to truly mature. And even though we seem to say that adulting is hard, embracing complexity doesn't have to be. We're wired for it. Our minds blend logic and creativity, instinct and analysis, structure and imagination. Psychology, as we've discussed before, calls them system one and system two, fast thinking and slow thinking. And every one of us uses both. But when we see someone act on instinct or creativity, for example, we rush to put that person in a box. They're just an artist, they're just emotional, not capable of more. But if they were capable of being a really great leader, could we miss it? And more than that, how would we feel about being defined by only one moment, or one trait, or one achievement? Does having an Olympic gold medal make them great at everything? When we refuse to see the full picture, we make decisions that limit our growth and sometimes unintentionally limit others. Look around you and you'll see it everywhere. New investments are both risky and full of potential. A colleague can be challenging and also incredibly valuable. The candidate in the election, they can really be aligned with our values, but not in other ways. The energy sources we depend on can bring progress and problems. Duality isn't a failure, it's just a built in fact of reality. And embracing it isn't just better thinking, it's the path to true wisdom. And here's the lesson: two things can be true at the same time. By approaching your next challenge with curiosity instead of just certainty, humility instead of judgment, openness instead of the closed impulse to decide too quickly, we allow something really beautiful to happen. Our perspective widens, our understanding deepens, our fears soften, and clarity begins to shine through. So I started with Fitzgerald, so I'll end with another one of his really great insights, and I like this a lot. He said, "For what it's worth, it's never too late to be whoever you want to be. So let's keep growing. Let's keep expanding. Let's keep becoming what he called first rate intellects." And remember, two things can be true at the same time. Thanks for listening.